Now as we move into more intermediate to advanced progressions of rolling, we're going to introduce more momentum and having to manage and deal with more momentum. So that means we're not going to start our rolls throwing our shoulder at the ground. We're going to guide our way to our shoulder, and there'll be a couple strategies for that, but it's not, we're no longer putting the arm out and then throwing the shoulder down and hoping for the best. That's a recipe to just come to tweak your shoulder and come cranking down on it. So we're going to ease our way, we'll guide our way to our shoulder and to our roll. Starting with kneeling rolls. So if you start from a kneeling stance, it'll be actually a half kneel rather than a full kneeling stance. Half kneel means I need to get forward off over this leg. So if I'm going on this side, I'm going to reach with that same side arm. So this is my right foot, this is my right arm. And I'm going to reach this arm out and plant the forearm down, and then my right foot is going to push me over my roll. Notice I use my left hand as a little support to help. Once again, without talking through it. So I use my arm to guide me to my shoulder, and then the roll happens the same way. Ultimately, we want the kneel to kneel rolls be just that, kneel to kneel. So I start in my half kneel position, I roll through, and I finish in my half kneel progression. So that's kneel to kneel. Next one is stand to stand. Same concept, but now a lot further away from the ground. When we roll into stand to stand here, we use the same strategy, just a staggered stance instead of a half kneel. So take a staggered stance. And now when I reach out, I'm also going to same leg to same arm, and my other hand will be out to help frame and help support and keep me from rolling the wrong direction. So this is just a kickstand hand. This is the side that I'm going to roll through. As I come down, I can still be slow. I can still manage this momentum. Collapse to my shoulder, and then I also want to finish in a stand. So stand to stand. A interim progression might be just finding that stand and then finish in a half-seated position. So while you're practicing working with momentum, you might just try the top part and not try forcing yourself to roll right through. But ultimately, the stand to stand is just like that. And as we get more comfortable, then we can be a little less managed. We can be more falling, allow ourselves just fall into our rolls. Do choose your hat wisely for rolling days. Some hats work better than other hats. The final roll is a dive roll. And a dive roll means we're going to clear an object in our roll, which means we're going to have to leave, our whole body's going to be off the ground before the roll starts. So even with a stand, I might still have a foot in contact with the ground by the time my rolling side comes in contact with the ground. But with a dive, we don't have that. We don't have that ability. We have to leave the ground and jump into the roll. All the mechanics are the same. So if I get myself a small object, and that's how we start, I'm going to put up a little kick pad here. Hopefully give myself enough space. I'm going to kick a ceiling or something like that. But here's my object, and when I dive roll, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to try to roll out of the jump. So if this doesn't get kicked over, that means I've successfully cleared my object. Ways of progressing from there are, of course, raising up the thing that you're diving over, and also moving out the position you roll to. So if I get more momentum, a dive roll can actually clear quite a bit of space safely without being too clunky or thunky. But let's just focus on trying, when we get to that stage, being able to leave the ground and then enter the roll and finish it and be like, hey, I'm okay, good to go. That's the most advanced roll, dive roll.